Okay, there we go. I hope that everyone has received it now. Because when making any meetings, there's an option where you can make scheduled meetings, and you can choose that people receive the reminder of the link before the meeting and 1 hour before the meeting. But obviously some people do not receive it. I don't know why. So I just sent it manually. I hope everyone will be able to join us in a little bit. Anyhow, in case you cannot find the link, it will always be in our TwinSpace as well. If you look at the side where there's feature bulletin, you see all the links are there always. And also, I'm always sending it in the big sum up email after the meeting. It's also there. But it's great that you find it now and then have been able to join us. This is the 4th meeting today, and during this meeting, we are going to talk about project outcomes and steps to reach. If we look at all the meetings, this is one of the most important meetings because this is going to be base for all of your projects. So this is very important for you to have a project outcome that you believe in and that you want to reach, as well as thought through steps to reach that outcome. And I know that some people are missing today, and I got emails from 3 people who said who couldn't attend today. And in case those are your teammates, I suggest that you meet after this meeting, because you'll have 2 weeks time to plan, 1 week to plan, and talk together on what you have created and come to a conclusion about the result and your aims to reach the results for your project. Okay. So those who haven't yet, please open your TwinSpace, and the presentation is available in our 4th meeting. So if you haven't joined TwinSpace yet, do it now and find the presentation. You can also download it if it's easier for you, or you can just skim through it in TwinSpace. Don't close any meeting. I think by now all of you know that. Use presentation in TwinSpace to navigate through links, because as I said, sometimes the presentation that is streamed might take you to the wrong places. And remember that if there are any disruptions, all the information and the tasks are also included in presentation. So just use your presentation to always know what to do. And the first thing that I'm going to talk about is your home tasks. So me and Lena read your home tasks and then talked through main information about those. And the strong sides was that all of you had answered all of the questions. You had very precise ideas about the skills that you want to work on, and I want to stress that it's important for you to remember those skills, because this is in fact a pedagogical aim for your students during the project. I was really happy to see how good you could talk about your student interests in connection with the skills you want to work on. Remember that when communicating the idea of your project to your students. I was happy to see that some ideas for methods you could use to work on the skills were already mentioned. You will have to go through methods in the next meeting, so this is a great baseline where to start. And I was happy to see that there were many examples of benefits from international projects. And don't forget those. That's the reason why we carry out international, not national projects. If we look at the drawbacks, then first of all, there were some works where you could elaborate more on benefits from international projects, or maybe think of the idea for the skills that you want to work on in international contexts. So not to lose any opportunities you might have while working in international projects. Also, some works where student needs for particular skills were not explained enough. So think about how you will talk to your students and how you will explain why they need this skill and why they should be interested in that skill. And also, I haven't mentioned it here, but very important thing, we are going to use the same presentation that you have for your team now. We're going to use throughout the course, and therefore we have slides for each homework. And I know Lena mentioned that some people have hurried and filled in next slide as well. You can do it if you want, but we are going to fill those slides in step by step. So when we finish the course, which is in this and then 4 more lessons, you will have your presentation finished and your project plan ready and evaluated. So those are the main points about that. Oh, Liana tells me that there's a question about skills. Okay, so student skills are actually those things that you want your students to teach. Taking in consideration it's a project and it's an international project, it could be collaboration, it could be creativity, it could be use of ICT as well as the main skill you want to work on. Considering you're all language teachers, it could be the use of language, for instance, the use of language in different situations, like okay, so Sophie tells us she got it. Well, basically, any skills that your students can develop and do develop through your subject that you can also develop with the project. And the best case scenario is that those skills are not as good yet. And I know that most of you managed to ask your students what you want to learn. And probably you heard about skills that they see that they need and will be able and would want to put effort in learning. So those skills. Okay, and I said that we're going to work through this. I see that there's actually one person who might not have a group yet. But just to be sure, please use moods, and remember the mood button is at the top of your screen with the torso, and vote. If you have your team and you know which team you are, then thumbs up. If you do not have your team yet, then thumbs down so that we know that we have to help you. Lots of thumbs up there. Great. Helen, Lilita, how about you? Okay. Liana will probably contact Helen and Lilita and ask them, because I do not see your votes. Lilita, Helena. I see that we have Natalia, who doesn't have group yet. My suggestion will be that Natalia joins Purple group with Inessa, because Inessa's teammate couldn't be online today because there was an issue in his school. So if you could be both in Purple team, I think that would be great. Oh, Genevieve, great to see you. So we will go further with the rest. Liana, if you could talk to Helen and Lilita separately, and we have Natalia and Genevieve, who we have to add to a team. Yes, I hope that Natalia can join Purple team. And I know that Genevieve wanted to join a green team, but I don't know if you had your email reply yet. Anyhow, I leave this to Liana. She will help you with that, and we go further with all the rest. So we manage to do what's planned for the day. And before we go further, I just like to talk about what we understand as a result for this project. I know that most of you have heard different explanations for results, but for this project and for working your groups, we are going to look at the result as a project outcome. So it's something that you can measure. It could be an event that's organized by your children or students if they're not that young anymore. It could be a product that is created, a book or something. When thinking about your results, you should choose a result that is both easy to communicate and also captivating for your students. So something that will motivate them to take part in the project, something that they will want to work towards. Your result should be connected with the skill that you chose for your students to develop. And you should also think about the result that you can carry out through the lessons. I mean, making a space rocket and traveling to the moon would be great, but that will probably be very hard to accomplish during English lessons or actually any other subject lessons. Perhaps you can do it, but lots of resources. So again, when you think about result for your project, it is the outcome of your project in this context. And that is something that you can measure if it has or hasn't been done. For instance, if you choose to make a theater spectacle, you can say it has happened, or it hasn't. If you choose to make a concert or exhibition, you can show if it has or hasn't been carried out. If you choose a project, if you make a book or a magazine, or maybe it's a statue or paintings, you can show if that result is reached again. And to practice this, before you have to choose your own project result, we have a task. And the task is to join your teammates. If you haven't done it yet, then do it now. Find your teammates in Skype. Start a Skype conversation. And think together on as many good ideas for project results. So events or products that could be reached during the project as you can think of. You can also include crazy ideas here. Just think of as many results as you can think of. And remember, the result is the outcome of the project. And write them down in sticky moves. So there's the link to sticky moves. I'll post it in chat for you in a second. So open sticky moves and write down your ideas. There is also a link to presentations. Oops. There's the sticky moves. And there's also a link to presentations, link to presentations of previous eTwinning projects. So there it is. And I see there's an important question, and I will answer it in a second. If you don't have any more ideas for good results, I suggest that you look through previous eTwinning projects that have received prizes. And if you look at the description of the project, there's going to be results as well. Not all of the examples are perfect, but you can find the result in each of them. So when thinking of your project, your result descriptions shouldn't be very long. It has to be one thing that you're going to accomplish, and one thing that you're going to tell your students we are making or we are planning and what it is for this project. And I will soon stop talking, but you can mute me. If you look at the bottom right of your screen and open, there's a speaker there, like a speaker button. If you open it there, you can put your volume for any meeting or for Google Chrome to 0, and then you won't hear me. But I'm zipping my mouth now, and I'll let you work for 10 minutes. I'll be back in 10 minutes. And we will look with Lena what happens in our sticky notes. Those who haven't found the teams yet, please sort it out in chat with Lena, okay? She will help you with this now. And I'm turning my sound and video off for 10 minutes. See you in, well, 8 minutes now. Okay. I see that there are some ideas. I also added some more that I've seen in projects. You still have 2 minutes. If you don't have your own ideas for end products, you can look through the link with eTwinning projects that are awarded with European prizes. Be brave, add crazy ideas as well. Maybe some of them will stick. I see that some of you voted, but don't vote yet. You will have to vote in the next task. That's it. I'm being silent. 2 more minutes. Add everything you can think of. Okay. Time's up. Just to see how it's working, because I see there's some commotion in the chat. If you could vote thumbs up, those of you who managed to talk with your team in Skype, if you could please vote thumbs up. Thumbs down if you didn't yet. And so we'll see if we have to solve this. Okay, so thumbs up for those who hear me and who managed to talk with your teammates in Skype, please. Thumbs down if you had problems, and write down the problems in chat, please. So everyone's not back yet. Anita, Helen, I know that Ines is probably trying to contact Genevieve and Natalia. If you could please vote now. If you have questions, type them in chat. If you had problems, vote thumbs down and write about those in chat. Liana will help you. She's a super helper. I see Emma had some problems. Emma, please write your problems in chat so Liana can help you. Anita, was everything okay? Lilita, you can find the mood button on the top of your screen. Okay. Okay, just it's a good thing that you could chat. It's great that you communicated. Maybe Liana can help you with why you couldn't talk. If it's a technical issue, of course. Good. To see all of the ideas, press F5. It refreshes, or just refresh your page for sticky moves. So refresh it because it refreshes slowly, and sometimes you cannot see all of the ideas. There's lots of ideas here. Okay, and your task now is, and I see that some of you already voted, and there's lots of text that you want to create, but I would like to caution you and remind you, as much as we would like, our students sometimes don't appreciate books as much as we want them to. Perhaps it's a reason to choose it as a result for your project, but perhaps there is some other result that they might appreciate more, and you would have to put in less effort to get them excited about it. Although I also like books very much, so I understand your appreciation for this idea. But anyhow, your task now is to keep working in your groups, look through those ideas, and choose the most appropriate result for your project. And when trying to think which of those is most appropriate for your project, think first of all about the skill that you chose for your students to develop. Second, think of your skills and knowledge. Maybe one of your partners likes to play theater and could help with creating a great theater performance. Maybe, I know that some of you have a hobby of photography. Maybe that could help creating a photo album or a photo story for your students. Maybe someone has written a book. I don't know. Maybe some of you have written a book, so you could help your students to create a great book. So think of, first of all, the skill you wanted to develop, and if that result will help you to do that. Second, about your skills and your partner skills. And if you can reach a qualitative result, if you choose that particular result, think about your students, if they will be excited about this result, if they will want to take part in creating something like that or carrying out something like that. And the fourth but not least is think if you can do this during your lessons, if you can manage to do this during your classes with your students. You can also work with your colleagues in school and carry out this project in more than one subject. But it should be you should be able to carry it out during the learning process. Okay. So that's my explanation. I'll leave you to it. You're already in Skype, most of you. Those who aren't, please try to find your teammates and make Skype conversations. And once you have chosen, just vote for the one that you have chosen. If you have another idea that's not on the list, add your idea there and vote for it. Okay? So if you have idea that's not there, just add it there for your project result. Good. I'm turning my sound off, my video off, so you can talk between yourselves now. Okay. Try to decide if you haven't yet. And please write it down in your presentations. So open your team presentations. And add this information to your presentations. I'm putting the link in chat right now. Okay. So everyone now decide on the result that you want to work towards and write it down in your presentations. So write down in your presentations. I see that some teams have already added some information to your presentations. Not all though. Again, write down your results in your presentations. Third slide is for presentation. So third slide. Okay. So third slide in your presentations, all of the groups should add their ideas there. I'm looking through your presentations right now to see if you have managed to do that. Great. Very nice ideas added there already. White team and yellow team. Good. So we have results chosen, hopefully added to your project plans in your presentations. And we will skip to the next task, which is connected with the aims. But before you start doing it, again, I will just define how we will understand aims for this project, because I know that there are many explanations and many definitions for aims. So for this project and for your project plans, aims will be the steps that students have to take to reach their result. So aims are going to be those things that students have to learn or accomplish to reach a qualitative result. All of the aims that you choose must lead towards your planned result, and the result should be qualitative. So if your students are making a book, that should be a good book, a book that everyone would like to read. If your students are making a spectacle, it should be a very nice spectacle that people would like to see. If your students are making a game, it should be a game that's fun to play and interesting for them and other students as well, so that they would be happy about their results. So again, aims are those things that students have to learn or accomplish to reach a qualitative result that you have chosen. For instance, if your students are making a movie, there should be an aim. My students or students know how to make a good movie, or know what defines a good movie, or students should learn to use movie editor to make a movie, or students should make a plan for their movie, scenario, etc. So aims, steps to reach your result. And your task concerning this is, again, to talk in Skype, work in your teams, and decide the aims that your students have to fulfill to reach the result that you have chosen. Keep in mind those questions, what my students should learn to reach a good result that they will like, I will like, their parents will like, everyone will like. And what my students have to accomplish for that result to be reached. And when you've thought about it and decided on it, write down those aims in your presentation's third slide, okay? So third slide of your presentations. I see that, thank you, Sophie, for asking. Before I turn my camera off and sound off, just shortly. Again, if my students if my project result is exhibition, I will probably have an aim where students explore different exhibitions and decide what kind of exhibitions they want to make. They would plan the exhibition and create all the requisites for their exhibition to go great. They will also have to make the paintings or sculptures or whatever they are putting in their exhibition as one aim for my project, okay? And I already told some examples about creating a movie. Let's say a board game. If you want your students to make a board game as a result for your project, one aim will probably be to understand what kind of board game to make, to explore how will I make a board game that is interesting and plan for it. And then one step will be to actually make the things that they need to play the board game. I hope I answered it. If not, just ask again. But now I'm turning my video sound off. That doesn't mean I will not be in chat. I will be in chat, and I will also look at what's happening in your presentations and comment there. Okay? So see you in 15 minutes. And have a great job, great work in your groups. 1 minute, okay? Try to wrap it up. Finish what you have started. Sophie, I'm splitting my attention to all of the presentations. I tried to leave comments for every one of you, but remember that these are only 15 minutes. You will have time to work on it, to finish it as your homework, and me and Liana will read through them slowly and leave more comments to you there as well. I tried to just point out some things to use while doing this task right now. So all of you should finish what you have started, because we have 2 more activities to do today, and I want to finish on time. So please, I see that everyone has added almost all of the aims. I know that some of you haven't finished, but that's okay, because you will have your home task for that. So the next step is for you to look through other participant presentations, maybe get inspired a bit, because there's really great ideas out there. But before we do that, I just remind you about feedback, that our main aim for giving feedback is to empower others, that it should be short, constructive, and precise. If you can provide solutions, if not, ask questions that might lead to solutions, or identify the problems that you see. Try to highlight both good and bad sides when writing your feedback. I know I didn't manage to do that, to know my feedback, because I was in a big hurry. I didn't have that much time. But please, when you write your team's feedback to another team, make sure that you have highlighted both good and bad ideas. And while you're evaluating, remember what I told you last meeting, that those who are evaluating are actually those who gain the most from peer evaluation. So while evaluating, think about your own slide, about what you have written, and maybe you have some ideas to improve your own work. And the next task, working in groups, look through other teams' presentation slide and evaluate it, leave your comments. But what is important, please do not write in the slide. Leave comments. To leave comments, you have to select text, right-click, and then choose comment, okay? So comments will appear on the side as separate bubbles. They will not be in the text of presentation. I will share my desktop and show how to comment now, because it's very important that all of you leave comments, not write in the slides of other teams. Okay? So I'm sharing my desktop, and I'm going to show you how to do it. You should be able to see my desktop now. Yellow Teams presentation open here. To leave a comment, I right-click anywhere in the text. I could actually click anywhere on the slide. And then I choose comment. If you cannot find right-click, you can go press comment here, okay? So I choose comment, and the little box appears on the side where I can write my commenting. And then I press comment, and it's there. And the other team can through that comment. I can also delete my comment if I want to, which I will do because that's not an actual comment. So again, anywhere on the slide, choose comment and write in your comment, and when you're done, press the blue button here with comment. Also, you can leave comments with top right corner button, comment, and choose comment, the same scenario. So do not, in any situation, do not write another team's slide. You can do that, but that will not be nice. Please do not do it, because that's the place for others to create their plans. We leave our comments. I'll stop sharing my screen in a second. And I will turn my sound and video off in a second. But your task now is to read through other groups' presentation and use the scheme to do it. You have a scheme of all colors. I know that there is no red or green, so just skip those. And leave comments at one other team's presentation. So just one other team, and I will be back in 7 minutes. Talk through as a team, leave your comments, and I will be back in 7 minutes. I got carried away while reading your presentations. Great ideas, but the time's up. So it's half minute to finish your comments. Write them as good as you can for other teams to be able to use them while improving theirs. I see that purple team, you had to comment white team. There's no comment yet. And also, oh, there is a comment of purple team. So all the other teams seem to have comments from partners, which is great. And I hope they're going to be very useful. Okay, so I see that some have problems with commenting. Top right corner, there's a tiny button comment, or you can right click on the slide. Yes, Helen, you right click and then choose comment. Do not write in the slide, but right click on the slide and then choose comment. A little box will appear on the right side and you can leave your comment there. Yes, and Liliana told me, if you, in case you have a black frame around your presentation, it means that you have not opened it in the edit mode, which means you will not be able to comment. To open your presentation or anyone else's presentation in edit mode, you have to click on the top right corner. There's a little box to open your presentation in edit mode. I will show it in a second on my screen so that everyone would know how to do it, because that's sometimes a bit confusing. Yes, and then Noah says that we do not have time. I will do it in a second then, for those who still wanted to leave comments. Shortly about your home task. So your home task is to finish your third slide. You have some comments from teammates now, and you probably also have some ideas that you haven't managed to write down yet. So you have to plan a meeting with your team where you talk through these things. So results and aims for your project. The task is due in a week, and me and Liana will look through the tasks and write you feedback on the sides. So we will have more time and the feedback will be longer, and hopefully will help you to improve your plans. So 1 week time, decide when you meet with your group and you finish your third slide, results and aims. About evaluation, very easy. So you get maximum points for result if the result is measurable skill and connect it with the skill that you have chosen. You lose points if either of those things are not true. And I also remind you, point out that you can you can choose a different skill if you have a great idea for a result and it does not fit with the skill you have chosen so far. You get maximum points for aim if all of your aims lead towards the result you have chosen, and you can reach a qualitative result by filling out those aims. So you lose a point if either of those things are not met. Very short and easy. If you have questions about that, just write them in chat. And I see that there are some other questions, but for those who have no questions and who have managed to do everything that was planned, here's the link to evaluation. Please, again, leave your comments about the meeting so me and Liana know how it's been and what we should think on. I will also put a link in the chat. So please evaluate your meeting, our meeting, and thank you again for so much work and so great results. I was really, really thrilled to read your ideas. I think you have some great ideas for very good projects. So I'm sharing, I'm putting a link to evaluation in chat. Please, before you leave, it's not long, but it's very, very useful. And we'll try to help those who still have questions. So if you still have questions, just type them in chat and we'll try to sort it out. And I promised that I will share my screen and show you how to open your presentations in editable mode, which I'm doing right now. So sharing my desktop for those who had problems with opening your presentation. There we go. So when you open a presentation, I'll take light green for a change. You see there's a frame around it. That means that you cannot edit or comment presentation while you're in a view. You can view the presentation, but you cannot edit or. To edit the presentation, there is a pop-out button. It's called pop-out. It's located in the right top corner, and it looks like a box that has an arrow in it. You see that you do not always see this button, but you have to move your mouse to the top right corner and you will see it there. So pop-out button opens your presentation in a mode where you can edit it. And you can also comment it. So in a second, you will see a presentation where you can leave your comments. To leave your comments, just click on the text, choose comment, and a little window appears where you can write your comment. Best comment. When you're done, just press comment and it's there. You can also delete it or edit it if you want. And other way to do it, you just right click. That's the mouse button that you usually don't use. And choose comment. Same thing happens. comment box appears on the right side and you can write in your comment. So again, if you see the meeting, go with your mouse to the top right corner, pop-out button will appear, click it, and you will see a presentation in edit mode. Now you can both edit and comment it. Yeah, I'm stopping my screen sharing now. I hope it worked for all of you now. Sharing my slides. Before we go, I understand that we have a situation with our teams. So we have to just sort it out. If we still have light green team, so Gaetan, I think you should be in light green team because your teammate, she wrote to me that she couldn't make it today because of school, because she had a meeting where she had to be in school. So she will be here next time, and she will probably want to work with you in the light green team. But I think that you can also work in your with your homework because you were here and you heard everything that we talked about, and you can still carry out your idea and just do it as a homework because everyone will still have to meet and improve their ideas for their homework. I think it should be fine. And also we had Natalia and we had Genevieve move to purple group. Fabian, Fabian also wrote me. He had issues connected with school and he couldn't attend today. He will definitely be here next time, and you can definitely discuss these things with him as a homework. Yes, so Genevieve and Natalia, you can both decide if you want to stay in the purple group or move to the green group, light green group, as we talked at the beginning. Just write to your teammates and write to me, and I will change it if you want to change it, or you can stay purple if you want to. Just let us know, okay? So if there are any more questions or problems, just let us know in chat. We're still here, and we love to help you. Concerning the homework, it's more fun. Okay, great. Concerning your homework, you have a week to finish it, and after a week, me and Lena will read it, and we will leave a comment so you can improve your ideas. But we will keep working in this presentation, and we will keep working with the things that we do during the meetings and as your home tasks to finish your project plan. Thank you, Emma, as well for great work. I'm really happy that you managed to, all of you actually managed to work in your groups today. That's great. And as I said in the beginning, we had 3 people who couldn't make it today. Be a good teammate, support them, help them understand these things while you do your home task together. It's just reality. Schoolwork is like that. Sometimes there are those late evenings, and sometimes there are those things that you just cannot not attend. So help each other because you have there is more than one of you now. You have your teams now to help you with that. Have a nice evening as well, Galina. Okay, so if there are no more questions, I will finish the meeting in a minute. But if you still have a question or a comment that you would like me to answer right now, you can still type it in the chat. If you want an answer on to your email, please write it in the evaluation form.